Have you ever wondered why good people suffer? It's one of the oldest and hardest questions we face, and it lies at the heart of one of the Bible's most powerful and mysterious stories, the book of Job. Job was a man who had everything. He was wealthy, respected, deeply faithful, and known for his integrity. He had a large family, vast herds, and a reputation as the most righteous man in the land. But then, behind the scenes in heaven, a spiritual confrontation takes place. One of the heavenly beings, called the Satan, meaning the accuser, challenges Job's character. He says to God, "Job only worships you because you've blessed him. Take it all away and he'll curse you to your face." God allows this test, not as a punishment, but as a way to reveal the depth of Job's faith. In an instant, Job's world collapses. His children die. His wealth is destroyed. His health fails. He's left sitting in ashes, covered in sores, with nothing left but grief and questions. At first, Job responds with worship. "The Lord gave and the Lord has taken away. Blessed be the name of the Lord." But as time goes on, his pain speaks louder. His friends arrive. At first, they sit silently with him. But then they begin to speak, insisting Job must have done something wrong. In their minds, suffering is always the result of sin. But Job knows better. He defends his innocence and begins to wrestle with questions we still ask today. Why do the righteous suffer? Where is God in my pain? Job doesn't turn away from God. He runs toward him with raw honesty. He cries out, he questions, he pleads. And in his darkest moment, he dares to demand a response. And then God answers. Out of a whirlwind, God speaks. But he doesn't give Job a list of reasons. Instead, he shows him the vastness of creation, the oceans, the stars, wild animals, forces of nature beyond human control. God asks Job, "Can you govern the universe? Do you understand how it all works?" The message is this: God's wisdom is far greater than ours. His ways are higher. Even the chaos of life is not beyond his reach. Job is humbled. He says, "I spoke of things I did not understand, things too wonderful for me to know." He never gets a direct answer to his suffering, but he finds peace in knowing God is wise, just, and still in control, even when life feels out of control. And then, in the final chapter, God restores Job's fortunes, blessing him with even more than he had before. But this isn't a reward for passing a test. It's a gift, a reminder of God's mercy and goodness. So what does the book of Job teach us? That it's okay to question, to grieve, to struggle. That faith doesn't mean having all the answers. And that sometimes the greatest act of faith is to trust God even when we don't understand. The real wisdom of Job's story isn't a T in the restoration, it's in the journey. His courage to speak, his honesty in pain, and his trust in God's mysterious, majestic wisdom. So when life gets hard and answers don't come, remember Job. You may not know the reason for your suffering, but you can still trust the one who holds all things together. Please like and subscribe to Bible Story Keepers for more powerful and timeless stories from God's Word brought to life to inspire, strengthen, and equip your faith.